Hi guys, I'm David with Media Unlocked, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Comica WS-60 combo set. Now, just to state, this was sent out to me for a test specifically for an Amazon review, and I actually sat down and tested it out, and I was so impressed by it, so overly impressed by it, that I actually decided to make a YouTube review as well. So I'm here making an Amazon and a YouTube review. For those of you watching on Amazon, check me out. Media Unlocked, and for those of you watching on YouTube, you can see all my different little product reviews that I do on Amazon. Being a top 2,000 Amazon ranked reviewer, you can see those David Dispinat. Now, just to let you guys know, as you guys can see, you are in my office at the very moment. So this is usually when we're doing Media Unlock stuff for YouTube. We're usually doing it at the studio, but we're not doing it here because I was really just sitting down to do this little review for Amazon, and I was testing the product out, and I was just really, really impressed by it. So let's take it out. We're going to go through what's in it, and I'm kind of going to walk you through exactly what this product does. As you guys can see, it's a wireless lav set. It's a little bit different than some of the stuff that's on the market. This is geared towards people using phones. And I really, really like the way they set it up. The audio quality, I wouldn't say it's exceptional, but it is very good, and it allows you to do vlogging or a handful of other things, because some of our phones are getting very powerful with the 4K. I have the iPhone 7. While I wouldn't use it for professional work, it is good for a lot of B-roll or a lot of even like C-roll type work where the quality of the video doesn't have to be perfect. So it does come in a little case here. And what we're going to do is we're going to open it up. And I'll kind of go through everything that's in here. You have your main receiver, which is this right here. And I'm going to show you how it works. But your main receiver does take 3 AAAs, so you're going to need 9 AAAs to use all the units. But your main receiver is set here, and we're going to set that up in a minute. And then you have your 2 transmitters, which we have right here. You do have some paperwork and like some mesh up here if you want to put something here. This little piece comes off. You do get this really cheap tripod. I would just go buy one of the Manfrotto versions of these. That thing is amazing, and they're like 15 bucks if you're needing some small tripod. You get 2 little wind filters. You get the little metal clips. As you guys can see, these little tiny metal clips. So if you want to, and I think we've got one on this one. Actually, we don't. But they're little metal clips to hook into your pockets or belt loop or something like that. You get this little box right here, and inside is a little piece to set. If you're wanting to set this up and on a hot shoe, you have that option, so you're able to angle it and move it around. Pretty much just like a mini hot shoe tripod piece. Actually, we'll put this back in here because we're not going to be using that for this review. We'll actually do an audio test so you guys can hear what it actually sounds like. So you have your mic. For something like this where I have a regular t-shirt on, what I do is I take a piece of tape, and so and I'll actually show you guys. Let me roll over here and grab some tape. I'll give you guys a little audio info on how to set up your wireless lavs when you're using a t-shirt. So what you do is you take a piece of tape and you put it on your lav like that. Now you want to put it up like this, and you can probably hear me scratching the audio right now. So I've got it in between my 2 pecs right here, and I actually tape the tape to the shirt so it sits like this up on the shirt. That allows the lav to stay hidden. And not that way I don't have to loop it out here and clip it, and it just looks funny. Now, if you do have like a collared shirt or button up, clipping it's fine. But if you're wearing like a t-shirt or something where it doesn't have a good clipping point and it just kind of makes the shirt look funky, just taking like that, taking a piece of tape, going up through the shirt, put it in between the pecs, and then tape the tape on the actual t-shirt. And that's going to allow you to get nice cleaner audio and kind of stay incognito, so it's not like the mic's not in your face, especially if you're doing like an interview or something that's professional and you don't want to have to worry about seeing that wireless lav. But you do have the little clip piece in here. This is the piece that's going to connect to your phone. I'm going to show you how that works here in a minute. This is your secondary microphone. Here's your little vampire clip right here. Lav clip, which we don't, if I'm wearing a t-shirt, I never use one of these. I always tape it inside the shirt. Then you just get the little piece for your mic. And then I'm guessing this is just the regular Android. No, this is, actually this looks like USB-C. Yeah, so it does take USB-C, and I'm guessing this is you would use this USB-C piece if you wanted to do a firmware update. So it's a nice little kit that you can take on the go, and the audio quality is going to be pretty close to other mics that Comica makes. So let me grab my iPhone. It was almost dead, and I wanted to charge it a little bit here. And so show you guys how this works. So this is actually just a really, really cool thing. And when I first got this, I thought it's going to be a fun little Amazon review. And then I started playing around with it and realizing the actual potential of this product for people that use iPhones or Android phones or Samsung, any type of phone. It just has such value. So I actually have a case on mine, but I'm not going to have to take the case off. What you do is you just unscrew this top piece, and it's going to make this piece come up so that you can slide your phone in. So I'm going to slide this up. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go on and clean off the actual lens here. So I know I want to shoot like this, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the phone in here out a little bit so that my lens, so I can still record the actual video. And then I'm going to scroll this back down, and I'm just going to tighten it. As you guys can see, we're just going to tighten the phone onto the receiver. Okay. Now, you do have a 1/8 inch at the bottom, so that's where you can set up your tripod that they give you, or some kind of handheld device if you wanted. You do have your on button, so what we're going to do is I'm just going to hold this down. It's already synced and ready to go. Now, if you're going to go from phone to DSLR, so if you wanted to actually use this with like a DSLR camera, you do have that option. You do need to switch this little switch down here at the bottom. I've got it set to phone, and then you have A and B, and each one of these I think is labeled A or B. This is B, or you can pick A or B. So if I just want to record just off A, I'm just going to switch this little button here, and it's only going to receive audio from A, and I'll just have one of these set to A as well. So that means that if this one's set to A, you're going to want to set this one to B. Then you have your channels. The other nice thing is you can go into the settings here, and you can actually change the audio levels, because with your phone, at least the iPhones, I cannot physically change the audio levels with the iPhone as it's recording, because it's plug and play. Now, there may be a way to do it if you got like an app or something, but if you're just going to use your regular camera app that comes with your iPhone, that's made by Apple, and shoot the video, then of course you don't have control over your audio levels. But you can go into this, so if it is too hot or something, you can go into the menus here, turn down the levels, and so that will allow you to have control over the quality of audio. Now, you do also have an input for headphones right here, so which is really, really nice. So you can actually monitor the audio. With a phone, that's not really been, you really haven't had that option. So I think that's really awesome that I can get wireless audio into my phone, and I can monitor what the audio sounds like. Granted, these devices, the audio is not going to be super clean coming, but you'll get an idea of what your audio sounds. More or less, you use it to figure out where your levels are at. The audio that actually goes into the phone is probably going to sound a lot cleaner in the editing aspect than it does probably coming into the headphones. So next thing is, with the newer iPhones, they don't have a 1/8 inch audio jack, so you do need your little dongle. So I have a 7 right here, so I've got this little dongle, so I'll plug the dongle in. Now, the gray part actually goes into the dongle on your phone, so if you do have if you don't have to have a dongle for yours, say you've got I don't know, I think Samsung still have headphone jacks or ports. iPhone got rid of them. We've gone to complete Bluetooth, and that's all I really use anyways, is Bluetooth. So you want to plug this into the input right here, make sure everything's plugged in and secured. Okay, so that is good. So next thing we want to do, and I've got the batteries I think in this one, and I've got this set to A. We're just going to hold down where it says mute. It's the little power button. Okay. And now that's plugged in. Now we do need a mic, so we're going to have to grab a mic from in here. So I'm going to grab a mic, and we'll do the input. Okay, so now I've got this set up. Now, like I said, you do have a clip and a two different ways of wind resistance in there, just your basic one, and then one that's a little bit bigger that's going to really help with wind resistance. So if I was to start recording, you do get to see where your audio levels are, and it looks like my audio levels are kind of peaking a little bit. So if I set it down to here, my audio levels aren't nearly as bad. And it's really cool that this little screen gives you that information. It also lets you know that you have a little Wi-Fi. And I'll cut to a picture so you guys can actually see all the different options that you see on the screen. So now what we're going to do is, I know that this nice Sony a7R III or A3, I can't remember which one I've got hooked up right now. And I'm using the Tascam DR10L for the audio right now. And I'll keep recording on this audio and I'll switch back and forth, because what I'm going to do now is I'm going to actually set up my phone on the tripod and let it record me. Of course, it's not going to be nearly as nice 4K as my Sony's, but I wanted you guys to actually hear the actual audio of how well this works. And I'll leave this DR10L recording still, so that way I can cut back and forth as I'm talking, and you guys can physically hear the difference in audio, and for, kind of make a decision for yourself. Now, I think these are $250. I think they come with a single set that's like a little under $200. Where you just get both of these, or if you're going to need to do interviews with, say, like 2 different people, and so it can record to 1 track. Now, it doesn't record to separate tracks, which kind of sucks. So of course it's going to go in as 1 track. So if you're recording 2 audio devices, it's going to come in as 1 track. So you get all of this. I think it's $225 or $250 for the set. Again, I was really just going to do an Amazon review, and I was just so impressed that I was like, you know what, I'm going to throw a little light up, and we're going to do a little review right here in the studio, or I guess in my office. Studio's all the way downtown. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut right now, set up my iPhone, and let you guys physically hear the difference in audio. Okay, so now I have switched over to the phone, as you guys can see. Of course, it's not going to be as nice quality as my beloved Sony a7R III. I love this camera so much. So we are shooting on the DR10L, or recording audio on this device at the moment. So what we're going to do is, I've got tape already set up on this, and I actually thought I would show you how I actually do the taping with a t-shirt. So again, put it out here, and I'll just run it up underneath my shirt, tape it in between my pecs, and the objective would be to leave no creases in the shirt. So there may be a little ruffling from the audio because I am touching the mics as I'm doing that. Now let's switch over to the Comica audio. And one thing I should mention is there is not a menu system with this. I kind of think I mentioned that earlier, that there might have been, but there isn't. So on the side of the actual receiver, there are little audio wheels, so you can actually turn the audio up and down. So if the audio is too hot, you are listening via the headphones on the receiver, and you realize that it's peaking and the audio doesn't sound super clean, go on and turn down. And if you notice, you can look at the menu on the receiver, and you'll actually see the numbers change in like the audio level. So like I think I've got it sitting at 6 right now. The first take I actually did, I had it sitting at 9, and that was way too hot. So I kind of had to reshoot this part for a second time. But I really just kind of wanted to just ramble on for you guys, so I can switch between these 2 audio devices. Again, this is really cool that this will work either with a DSLR or an actual iPhone or Android phone, or really any phone out there. Is the idea is that you'll have wireless audio with your phone or your DSLR. And the way that they're made is a little unique, but they seem to work really, really well. So I'm really impressed with it. Like I said, this originally was going to be an Amazon review that I turned into a quick little YouTube review. I wish I had the time to go all the way down to the studio and set up, but I'm just here at the office doing some editing, and was playing around with this with a break and realized how cool this system is. Again, I think this system runs about $250. You get, again, both transmitters and 1 receiver. It's a little bit cheaper if you just get the 1 receiver, 1 transmitter, but I mean, I think for a little bit more money, go on and get the second transmitter. So, and it comes in a nice little bag. So yeah, I'm really impressed with this. As always, guys, there's going to be a card over there, a link down below, and a link at the end of this video. If you do go check it out and purchase it, that is a lot of what little revenue we do get from the channel to keep it going. It also allows us to buy products that companies haven't sent us out. We do get a lot of free products to test out, and you guys know that we really do take pride in giving a good, honest review of the product. Yes, there's probably better audio on the market, but for the money and for what this does, I would love to know if anybody's come across something that works with phones and DSLRs that you think the audio quality is better at the price point, which I would love to test that out or try it out myself. But for what's on the market right now, I think this is the best option. So anyways, guys, thanks for stopping in. Thanks for checking this video out, and we'll catch you next time. You guys have made it this far. If you want to check out our newest video, it will be right here. If you want to check out the product, it will be down here. If you do happen to click on it and purchase it, it does give us a little bit of commission, and that helps me a lot keep making these videos. And of course, guys, right down below, go and leave a comment, hit that subscribe button, follow along. We'll catch you next time.